Now, the Livewire.
And we want to dedicate this to Colton, R.I.P. He was a good one. He's still alive, but he never comes anymore.
Here's the Livewire with Branden.
Welcome back to the Livewire. We're heading down to Little Rock via Zoom to talk with a band that knows how to blend emotion, energy, some seriously haunting vocals. So pretty stoked to talk to the entire band. With me, I've got JJ, Tom, Lee, Jess. This is the band Way Away, and you're listening to the Livewire.
I guess I'll go first. I'm JJ. I play guitar, one of the guitars.
I'm Tom. I play the other guitar and I sing.
I'm Lee. I play drums. Jeff on bass and try to help with the recording.
That's really cool. You know, in modern day recording, just like we talked to a lot of local bands, it starts in one room. So who had the call to be like, all right, we're doing this at my place?
I think that kind of just came out of when we were initially trying to start recording. We were looking at other bands that kind of controlled their sound, and they were all kind of doing it themselves. And we wanted to be able to to learn how to do it, so then we could be infinitely picky about certain details and not worry about wasting someone's time or feel rushed or anything like that.
Yeah, I could see that. You know, a lot of people go into a studio or think that, you know, they're going to a pro place. The clock is on. It costs money per hour or per session, whatever it may be, whatever you've agreed to. But it starts stacking up quickly, so you got to kind of know. So this is a kind of an environment that you guys can sort of practice and play around with riffs. And when that starts to, like, click, do you know it? You're like, oh, we got to write that down. Do you stop, or do you kind of keep jamming? How does that work?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
We've always joked about this. Tom and I have been playing together for like 20 years at this point, and when we first started playing, I felt like when we would go to write a new song, if it didn't happen, we would get kind of frustrated and be like, oh, we don't know what we're doing. But then the next day, something would come together in 5 minutes. And so we've kind of learned over the years that, like, it's either going to happen right away or it's just not going to happen at all. And that's okay. I don't think we get frustrated anymore if we try to write and we're just like, yeah, we got this idea and that idea, but nothing clicks. But when it does click, it's pretty quickly, I think.
Does that come from influence? Do you have some musical influences that kind of push the band Way Away?
Ooh, okay.
Who
wants to start that?
Yeah, I'll go. Mine's definitely like late 80s, like early 90s rock bands. Like I grew up just watching like Nirvana and Sonic Youth and Dinosaur Jr. on MTV.
I feel the pain of everyone.
Just thinking that I wanted to be like them, so that's pretty much where my sound comes from. I try to basically copy that kind of thing.
Mine's probably American football without a doubt. That's probably, I think I could say that for sure.
Is there a certain song that got you with American football?
Never meant, obviously. The first time Tom heard me playing guitar and he handed me the record, LP1, and was like, you're going to love this. And the first time I heard that song, obviously the first guitar part is really cool and different. Second guitar part came in, I was like, never did. Oh, that's music. Like that's what I want to do.
It was kind of like the beginning of our friendship.
Yeah,
like listening to that record together. Yeah.
Oh yes, that will always have a special place in my heart.
Maybe a strength of the band that I come in as an oddball, where when I joined the band, I'd never heard of American football, never listened to it. I probably still haven't listened to it all the way through, which I need to do.
Yes.
But I think
So I grew up more on the classic rock kind of thing, and I was in a jazz band, and so just kind of I didn't know their world at all, the bands they liked, and so part of the strength I think is that we're
when we overlap there,
with the overlap.
like the Beatles and jazz. Like Jeff and I've been listening to a lot of jazz lately. And then my big one for me that I guess didn't get so was Animal Collective.
Oh yeah.
And Animal Collective, I think, really influenced like my just way of working. I think like my idea of like, how I wanted to go about just making it in general,
I get cold chills listening to y'all's sound. And I think for a lot of musicians, even music lovers, music becomes like a pressure valve for life. So when things get heavy or chaotic, how much does that end up pouring into like your lyrics or the sound or the chaotic sound that you guys create?
Lyrics, I always try to be intentionally vague, It sounds so silly to say because I always but I really want more of the vibe or the emotion to come across in it rather than the actual like statement and content. And really that for me is like, it's never so much like chaotic feeling as much as like anxiety and loneliness. The loneliness that comes from being self-conscious.
You have a picture on one of your Spotify tracks of surfers like in the water.
Yeah.
And it just fits the vibe. Like you could be out on a wave, like everything a little bit in slow motion. So it's a great feeling. The music puts you in a different place than a lot of other music. So is it something a little different? Do you guys feel like you're in that place, or is it sort of, you get to play your own kind of scene?
When we first started playing a long time ago, there were a lot of bands, maybe not that sounded just like us, but it was like Beach House was big and Beach Fossils, and those are influences of ours as well. But
I think that's something I like about the Little Rock scene is like all the bands, they all kind of have their own thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like every band in Little Rock is very unique and they stick out in their own way. Everyone's very cooperative. Like I feel like you can meet another band and strike up a good relationship with them and help each other get shows and share records, learn new things about gear that they just didn't, everyone's always just, I guess because we're a smaller city, just when they like willing to lend a helping hand. And stuff,
It feels really collaborative across each band and even across genre. Like it's a very tight-knit community.
Does it feel like it's growing? Are you looking forward to some shows here in 2026? Being part of some bigger shows?
Yeah. We have one coming up, I think.
Yeah, we have one coming up. I never think about it like growing.
Yeah.
A good point. I don't think everyone, when you join a band, think about growing in the band or making this, succession in the band. So maybe that's not the way that you approach it. I could be wrong in general, that you guys are where you're wanting to be, where you're creating music, people get to listen. Is there another, in the future of Way Away, are you guys chasing more? Do you want bigger stages, bigger sound? Are you looking for that?
I would say so. Like we've always had the dream that like we want to grow, we want to play more, we want to play bigger shows, maybe like venture out of state and travel more. We always have this joke where we want to be like playing in our 60s like Yo La Tengo.
Yeah.
That's like kind of like the dream is really just like playing music with your close friends. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than that,
It really doesn't. It can become something, like we said, just the pressure valve. I'm looking forward to some new music from Way Away. I got excited before this phone call. You guys mentioned that we're going to show off some more music. Now I feel like we've started a precedence. I don't know where it started, but the okay to release new music on my podcast, I'm giving it the 2 thumbs up. I'm so excited about this. You have a new tune that you guys have been working on that's not even complete all the way, but we're going to get a preview today on the Livewire. It's a tune called Phone Call, and it's not a Zoom call like this one, but phone call. Can you explain a little bit of what the song's about?
The song is about... it's funny that we're doing this over the phone or whatever, but I always feel awkward talking on the phone. And I have just several close people in my life that like to communicate that way. But honestly, I've started to swing over time. Just I'm not wanting to communicate by text anymore. Like I'd rather just talk to the person and not misread their tone or wonder what they meant in a certain thing. And so it was about like the kind of security that you can get from a phone call.
I agree. I think more phone calls are needed. I think there was a skit on Key and Peele or something where, he was misreading the tones.
Sorry, dude, missed your texts. I assumed we'd meet at the bar. Whatever, I don't care. Whatever, I don't care? The fuck is his problem?
The text?
Yes.
Like, what do you mean that? So I can see that. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some other Little Rock influences. I know that we just talked to the band Rainy.
What would I say if I had the chance? Would it make a difference? Is this how the story always is?
There's sort of a connection between bands. Their approach to music was, we're here to do music. We love music.
Yeah, I mean, I have friends that, are our age or maybe a little younger that play around here and my thing with these guys, and I think those friends would say the same, is like, I just feel incredibly lucky we still are playing.
Yeah.
Like when we play a show, my friends always make fun of me because I never really face the crowd, and I'm like, I mean, I hope people enjoy it, but at the end of the day, I'm here to play music with my friends and like enjoy the art that we've created. And so like, no, I don't engage with the crowd, but it's not because I don't care about them. Like, I'm just happy laughing at these guys and playing and making fun of Lee when he messes up. And that's what I love doing,
It's funny, because live we sequence all of our songs with like loop transitions so that we don't have to talk.
So no banter between the band. You don't have to have any.
There's no banter. Okay, we're pretty like anti-banter, and not like, again, not in an unfriendly way, because we really, it's so important to me when we are playing to convey that gratitude that we're there. Like, and especially like we're older, so I'm always like, it's neat that we're even in the room and that people want to hear it, and that's really. I want that to genuinely come across. The experience of playing is more just like, it's weird that it's a public, private moment of I'm up there with my friends. This is something we've worked really hard on. It's almost like a performative way of sharing an album with someone, like, we like this sound, we've made it with our instruments, and we want to share that with you and hear what you're playing too, and enjoy that experience of music together.
We want to see you guys sometime come up here to NWA and share some of those moments.
We would love to. One of my favorite local bands is from Northwest Arkansas at the moment. So.
Who is that?
Resting. Fantastic. They're incredible.
Oh yeah, you're
incredible.
Yeah. So cool.
It's my friend Daniel's project. He was in a band called Olympics.
I try to control my life. but I tried.
And they were great too. One of the guys had to move to London, and so they split up. But he started this new project with some friends called Resting, and it just makes it really incredible music.
So good.
Well,
So good.
heck yeah. Well, I look forward to checking that band out. Well, that already, part of the Livewire is kind of suggesting someone who we talk to. Now I literally want to talk to that band. So you've already done that part.
Yeah.
And we are running out of time here on the pod. We get to debut a brand new tune from Way Away. We can find you on Spotify. We can find you on, you have some YouTubes? Can we watch your back play guitar?
Actually, we're setting that up. We're bad at the internet, so we are trying to set up some YouTubes. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, I highly suggest putting on headphones like I did and jamming out to at least an hour of this band. They're called Way Away from Little Rock, a brand new tune called Phone Call. Thanks for hanging out on the podcast, guys. We appreciate you.
Thanks so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yes, and I want to remind people we do Local X on Thursdays on the X1049 and would love to see and hear this band. I'm going to give them the hookup with how that happens so we can listen to them every Thursday from 7 to 9 on the X. Thanks for hanging out, guys. And this is Phone Call from Way Away. It's only on the Livewire.